About 4 weeks ago, I actually tested positive for COVID, which was kind of weird for me because I think like a lot of people, I wasn't really thinking it was that big of a deal, and then all of a sudden here I've got it.
On how to deal with COVID and all the stressors that come with this new norm. So.
My name is Matt Britt. I've been with the Sheriff's Office for just under 16 years, and I've been a sergeant since June of 2019. And right now I'm assigned to the Mountain Precinct, the greatest precinct in the organization. So it started, I didn't have the typical symptoms that they were talking about. I was on shift the 2nd of March, and got to the point where I had to leave early because I was so exhausted. So I got home that morning. I left about 5, got home around 6, crawled into bed around 6:30 on that Friday morning, and then I woke up about 8 a.m. Saturday. So I slept for 27 hours. Shortness of breath kicked in about a week later. I think the worst I'd ever got was there was one day it took me about a half hour to eat half a sandwich because I just couldn't breathe between bites. This knocked me out. Usually if I get sick, it's usually for a day or two, but not anything like this. This was insane. Went into quarantine or grounding, as I wanted to call it, for the next 2.5 weeks. I was out for 27 days. The testing itself was the most miserable thing I've ever endured. So I would keep a sort of a running silliness on Facebook of this is what's going on. And one day I posted on Facebook, I'm like, if I ever hear myself saying I don't want anything else shoved up my nose or whatever it was, it'll be too soon. The initial test wasn't bad. It was kind of like pH paper, like that you'd use in chemistry, and it was just kind of, made your eyes water. The subsequent tests were with a Q-tip, and it felt like they were trying to touch the top of my brain. Oh, during quarantine, I did a lot of things. I went on a lot of new capital adventures. I opened a small restaurant at my apartment and learned to fly a drone. No weather report or anything like that, but I gotta say I must be feeling better because I'm starving today. And so I can't wait to see you all. And it was just more focused on getting better and letting people know that, hey, I'm okay and still in good spirits and things like that. Hardest part was, obviously, it was being away from my kids. I went 36 days and I didn't see them because I was sick. I wanted to make sure, and their mom also wanted to make sure that, I was healthy enough to see them because I didn't want them to get it. My daughter was away out of state in college and she flew home. I didn't want to pass anything on to her. She didn't, vice versa, pass anything to me. And being quarantined is one thing, but being away from them was really hard. It was great to not have it or to not be worried as much about it. I was ecstatic that I talked to my kid's mom and we had put in place a plan on when I could see them again. I was excited to come back to work. I work graveyards, but I had my bags packed and ready to go by like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like, let's go. The organization was amazing. I got a note from the undersheriff one day. I had commanders calling me and the lieutenants and other sergeants and my peers and friends. It was amazing. But we take care of each other, and the organization really showed me that while I was out. That's kind of my take on COVID. It was an experience. It truly was. But I'm glad it's over.